Hey guys, this is the Tolerable Gamer, and for you today I have this AMD slash ATI PC build for you if you're interested in building your own PC. Um, Keep this in mind that, this is all preference most of the time, like with some of the stuff, like, you don't need to get a Thermaltake Water 2.0 liquid cooler or this specific gigabyte motherboard. You can spend more or less whatever you want, just if you're going to know what you're, looking at. Like if you're a novice on it, you can always ask questions. But I'm just going to go over this build, and I don't think it has benchmarks, but it might. It's not very relevant. It's going to work fairly well because, well, first off, this is the AMD FX 8350 at 4.0 gigahertz. You can opt to spend like, I forget how much less, probably like 20, more or less. To get the 850 just normal version, I'm not sure, but this is just overclocked a tiny bit to 4.0 gigahertz. It's an 8-core processor. It's the fastest AMD processor there is, so that's a plus. I was able to get into this budget. Along with this, you'd be getting a Gigabyte GA990 FXA UD3. That doesn't really mean much. That's just a model. It's an ATX, so it's a normal standard sized motherboard. AM3 Plus has lots of stuff on it. Let's go here. It's good features on it. It's all black, so it fit really any color scheme. It has three. I think it's three. PCI. Let's see. No, it's 1, 2, 3. There's actually 4, so you can have up to, I believe, 1, 2, maybe 3 way SLI limits. Not SLI. Crossfire. Let's see if it would say somewhere around here. Well, just assume it's 3, 2 or 3, maybe even 4. It's all good. There's the RAM ranges up to 2000 megahertz overclocked, or 1066. The RAM I selected for this build is just some Corsair Vengeance 1600. It's just good memory. You can always find cheaper. This just also goes with the color scheme as well, and it's. You want some good RAM, I guess. You can find better stuff, cheaper maybe. I'm not sure. But this is, you're never going to find anything like 8 gigs for below like 30 or, So it's all going to be around like, for good RAM, just like, 50 is probably the best you get. For the hard drive, I always go between like a, Western Digital or Seagate, but this one's a good hard drive for the value. Seagate Barracuda 2 terabyte hard drive. It's only $90 for 2 terabytes, so that's a lot of room for you guys. Also, if you are going to go with a different hard drive, you'd want to definitely go with the 7200 RPM. Never go with the 5400 RPM hard drive because this is faster and you don't want slow hard drives. For the solid state drive, which you would be using for like your operating system and some applications, maybe some games to load quicker, like games like Fallout or something that have loading times or longer loading times, you'd want to go with put it on your SSD. I forgot to mention, for your hard drive, you'd be using it just for general storage, or if you're going to be doing videos, you'd be recording to it. Next, for the video card, is the Gigabyte Radeon HE 7970 GHz edition for the ATI portion of this build. So it loads here. I chose this card because it's one of the best cards you can get ATI-wise, or Radeon, whatever you want to call it. The what's it called? The one I was originally going to recommend was the Sapphire Vapor X video card. I think it's like has tons of RAM, has like 6 gigs, I think, or not 6, maybe. I forgot how much it is, but it recently, just yesterday, it increased in price around like $200, so it's $600 altogether. So it's not too great. Price-wise, it's excellent performance. Like, this is one of the fastest cards. The only thing that would probably pass it up is like GTX Titan or something like that. Single GPU card, that is. That's select games as well. Like, NVIDIA games will work better on NVIDIA cards, and AMD ATI cards will work better on those kind of games, optimized for that. So this is one of the best. It's as you can see, like 3 90mm fans, huge heat sinks. It's good for cooling. You could overclock this as better base clock, I believe. Yeah, 1000 megahertz, or 16 processors, 3 gigs of memory size. That's not very relevant, just, the video buffer, 384-bit. Bottom line, it's, good card, great performance. I'm using a 670, which is equal to or below one of these cards, probably lower, performance-wise, depending on the game. And also with this, if you buy it, you get Crysis 3 and the new BioShock free, along with it. If you buy within, I forget the limited, like the time you have, but if you buy it, soon, you'll get these 2 games free. So that's essentially getting a $300 video card with 2 free games. So I think that's a great deal. And also, it has crossfire support, so if you ever eventually want to upgrade, you can buy another one and even more power. This portion here is kind of, your choice. This is a good case to get. It's a Corsair Vengeance C70. It's a normal ATX case. I think that's a green one there. This is the black version. Comes in, I think, 4 different colors. But it's good, holds everything you need. It's ATX. The top has enough room for your liquid cooler. It's lots of fan room, lots of room for cable management, and the hard drives. Yeah, just everything's really good about this. I'd recommend this case. It's very nice. It has 2 USB 3.0s in the front, audio jack, everything you would need. Got it there. This is also just your choice, really, on what to get. Never opt to get a low-end power supply, because you want good performance with your power supplies. You don't want it dying. This is a good one for the money. It's partially modular, so that means this picture here, yeah, the main connectors you would need, like for the CPU and then the normal board, and then some extra there so you can plug them in if you need any more. Comes with all those. So yeah, so the power supply is really up to you, but definitely never opt to get a cheap one. That's what I was meaning to say. 750 watts, so it's enough to power everything. And if you eventually want to upgrade to get a second video card, it'll be able to, support it. And here, optical drive, not very important, just a cheap one's fine. And then this is also your choice, just Microsoft Windows 7 Home Premium. 64-bit, definitely always get 64-bit. You could, always get Windows 8 if you want to. I just prefer Windows 7, and that's what I chose. And I don't think I really went over this, but this is as far as I know, the best liquid cooler you can buy right now. Has gives off the coldest temps. Maybe I think this was it. It was either this one or the Kraken something, K60 or something. I'm not sure. But it's huge radiators. I think this might be 280 millimeters, 270. Let me see. Yeah, 200 120s. So it's either this one or this other one. I'll link the other one just in case, just to make sure. I think it might have been the other one, actually. When I think of it, probably should have looked that over. But as you can see here, it totals to around $1545. But if you mail in some rebates, you'll be down under $1,500, and that's what I was aiming for, a $1,500 build. Now let's see, I think benchmarks would work. Nope, nothing. That's why there's nothing here. But this will definitely, if you're going to be playing games like, say, Battlefield, for example, you'll be maxing it out with, like, over 60 FPS. Definitely over 60. Any game you can max out in this, really, and get super playable frame rates above 60 on most every game. Or every game, rather. Unless it's some futuristic, high-demanding game. Anyways, I will be doing my NVIDIA/Intel build overview kind of thing some other time. I'm not sure if I'm going to record today, but thank you for watching, and